There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Collective, where I'm sorry if you can hear it, but my air conditioner is currently on full blast. I am Salvador, and this is Boa Get There. Boa is a alternative rock band from the UK, and is most notably known for their song Duvet, which has been used on the anime from the 90s, Sir Experiments Lane. Lately, a lot of their songs, mainly Duvet and Twilight, off their album Twilight, are getting really popular through a lot of different viral videos and TikTok trends, and a lot of those, slowed down reverb kind of videos you see everywhere, and just really, long story short, getting the attention they deserve via be the most memey way possible. At the end of the day, any attention is good attention, at the end of the day, and it is good because they need it. I haven't done this in a long time, damn, I'm really screwing this up. Boa does not have a lot of material out there. They have two albums. Their first one, Twilight, and which I have also reviewed before, and this one, Get There. Twilight is has a very focused sound, I guess you can call it, and this one is not exactly as focused. There is some inspirations from a lot of different things, but it comes together pretty nicely. And although it may sound a little different, I would not say it doesn't sound like Boa. The first album has a lot more strings and pianos and acoustics and some, distorted guitars here and there. Well, this album has no strings at all. Very little piano, and at the end of the day is a lot more guitar focused, which isn't a bad thing because the guitarist is actually pretty good, and the drummer, who is also the keyboardist, is also pretty good. You got a lot more things, like pedals and songs that go from acoustic to distorted, from acoustic to distorted, a lot in the way that Opeth usually does, actually. Of course, it's not nearly as harsh as Opeth, but, take that kind of idea of the, fancy acoustic sections, very, very sophisticated with a lot of stuff going on, I guess, and have it go back and forth between some harder parts, that kind of idea, and mix that with Pearl Jam, you kind of got this album. If you even told me that this band performed alongside Pearl Jam, I would not see that as impossible, except for the fact that Boa is a very small band and Pearl Jam is very much not that. This took me a long time, actually, to get around to reviewing because my dumb ADD brain, it's taken me like 5 days to listen to this, but either way, the first song, Angry, is fantastic opener, first off. While Twilight seems to be a little more bittersweet and calm and tranquil, and a lot of things coming from a bit of a troubled and sadder place. This album, just like how it's more guitar focused and more, I don't know, that was poor. I'm bad at this. This album is a lot more, not really aggressive, but it's coming from a more angry place and a more confident place than a more troubled, depressed place. The first song, Angry, I wouldn't say angry, but, it has that distortion of it I'm talking about. Get There is, your typical songs where they slow down for a bit, go more acoustic, Wasted is kind of your in-between song with that, and Believe Me is a nice calm down before some of the other tracks. And it's around this point where I realized, okay, this album is not going to be the exact same, but it still sounds like Boa, nothing to be really mad at, but also I feel like when it comes to the songs themselves, especially the last couple and some in the middle, they don't really stand out on their own that much. When it comes to Twilight, every single song, or at least very close to, stand out on their own and are insanely catchy, insanely well written, etc., And when it comes to this album, a lot of the songs are like they're okay at worst. None of them are bad, but not every single one is a huge hit. Not even hit, but not all of them are really grab you from the start. Honestly, it's kind of half and half. Where songs like "Angry," "Get There," "Wasted," "Believe Me" are all pretty good, you know. And then you get to songs like "Courage," which is kind of it's whatever. But near the end of the song, you get a lot of trippy effects with the vocals. Not even trippy effects, just a lot of different vocal lines being overdubbed and singing over top of each other, and it creates almost a psychedelic rock kind of thing. Almost a girl is a. Whoa, I'm bad at this. Oh Jesus. The song "A Girl," the next song, is kind of like a comparison to songs like "Fool" from Twilight, or even Twilight, the title track, where it's a little eerie, but in Twilight, where it was more eerie, bittersweet, almost beautifulness. On here, it's more just eeriness and foreboding. Especially with lyrics like you could have done it to her, you could have done it, you could have done it to her, etc., etc. And then the next track, "Daylight," takes it even a step further and is even more foreboding, but not as aggressive with it. It's not as upfront with it. It's actually a very low key song and one of the best on the album. And it does this really neat thing where the whole song is very eerie and foreboding and very subdued, but they also have two different of wow. I'm sorry. I need to get back into the swing of things here. Oh, I haven't done this in 3 months, I think. What they have is they have the song, and they have one vocal line, and then they have another vocal line directly on top saying completely different lyrics for the entire song, which really, I don't think I've heard anything like that in at all. And I've listened to a lot of music, like thousands of songs, and I have not heard something like that done to even to that effect at all, which is really cool. It really adds a nice, eerie tone to everything. The next song, "America," is another one of the better songs on the album, and it's a little bit country-esque, a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a country song. It's probably just more so the key it's in, and it sounds very familiar to a country song that I heard a lot somewhere. But I couldn't tell you what exact song. I just know I've heard a song that sounds like this that is country somewhere. With this song, "America," and the next song, "Older," there seems to be more lyrics again revolving around the main singer. I forget her name. Damn it. Hold on, I gotta find it. Jasmine Rogers, and Jasmine Rogers is the son. Oh wow. Oh gee, I'm so sorry. Oh jeez. Uh, my brain is flatlined. Jasmine Rogers is the daughter of Paul Rogers from Bad Company. And she is, I believe, half American, half Japanese. And she talked a lot about this in the song "Fool" on the other album. And on these two tracks, "America" and "Older," we get different flavors of that same topic, I guess. I'm not going to go into exactly what, because to be honest, I don't pay attention to lyrics a lot of times on first time listens, and it's mainly about the music, mostly. And also, to be honest, the lyrics and the writing on a lot of their songs is it's really good, and it goes over my head a lot of the times, and I don't really have the time for extra research right now. I'm actually very busy in general, and hoping I can get this out to you guys pretty quickly. But anyways, while the song "America" seems to be a longing for, I'm gonna guess, someone who moved away or something. I don't even know why I'm bothering to do this. This isn't why. This isn't. This isn't a channel about analysis. It's a channel about music reviews. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I also don't have a script, so I'm clinging on for dear life here. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk out. Oh Jesus. I don't want to start saying things with no basis and get some things wrong. I'm just gonna move on with the song Older. It speaks more about not Japan and not America, but where they are now in the UK. This song is also very interesting musically. This is also probably one of the better songs on the album, where if you kind of take some ideas that, and follow me here, if you take some ideas that Tool has with its kind of, cerebral, tribal, just kind of like, patterns and stuff, and just, they're very, how to explain it? A lot of their songs will kind of just, the drums will kind of just be the same. That's not right. Whatever, I'm overcomplicating it. You take the tribal-esque whatever drums kind of thing, and instead of having it in a tribal metal way, have it in a more acoustic way. And that's kind of what the song Older is about, or at least how it sounds, and it goes along with the meaning, which again, I don't know exactly, but it seems to be Jasmine getting in touch with her home, where she's at, UK, and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna be honest, like the song Passport, the next song, I listened to for 3 hours because it was A, ADD, and B, really forgettable and kind of like wallpaper. It wasn't bad. It's a very good song, but again, like a lot of other songs of this album, they're kind of just there. Like the verses and choruses don't really punch out at you. They're like they don't really grab your attention, but they're still good. They're just they're all right. They're wallpaper, but it's good wallpaper, to be honest, which is very rare nowadays. The song Stand By initially has a cool it has a cool little vibe and little groove it has with the drums and the bass or such, but I feel like gets lost and kind of meanders a bit and kind of loses focus. And they actually could have ended the album on Passport and kind of let you down nice, and it would have been pretty alright. But you have the song Stand By, which isn't really, it's just kind of there. And then On the Wall, I forget what it even sounds like, but I remember it wasn't really good either. I listened to it again really quick to refresh my memory. It's okay, but again, like, I feel like they are ramping up to do a big closer, and it doesn't really come across that way. I mean, again, I wouldn't say the song's a total flop. It's just kind of there, but it has some ideas, unlike the song Passport, which was just kind of plain. But the ideas on the Wall, I feel like just aren't as fleshed out as they could have been. So rather than being wallpaper, it's just not really that good. That being said, there is no reason you should not listen to this album. It's just not as good as Twilight. That's, fair, because Twilight is an amazing, amazing album. If I think I gave Twilight like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, I'd probably say this sits very comfortably at a 6 out of 10. Maybe a 7, but mostly a 6. There's not really any bad songs on here, and even then, when they are there, they're not really bad, they're just inoffensive, and the songs that are good are pretty good. They are good, but there's very few that really stand out and have strong verses, strong choruses, and just stand on their own really well. I really botched this review, and I kind of did it very sloppily, but I do apologize. I don't even know if you can hear the air conditioner with how loud it is. It kept distracting me too, because it keeps going like on and off and louder and quiet. I don't know what it's doing, but whatever. Either way, that is the review. That's all there is to it. But if you are a Boa fan like I am, you will know that they don't have a lot. They just have Twilight and Get There, and that's kind of it. And the reason why I said that's their 2 albums at the start is because if you do look for it, I think it's on YouTube. Little tidbit from your friend, I guess. I don't know why I said that. Jesus. There is an unreleased album called The Farm that is available. You can find it. I have not listened to it, but the general thing, the general story is one of the members of the band died. I don't remember which one. I apologize. Paul Turrell, Paul Terrell. I am sorry, my brain. It's late. I want to sleep. Point is, one of the band members, Paul Terrell, unfortunately died in 2017, I believe, and they had a website up that had the unreleased album on there. I wouldn't, from what little I've heard about it and heard of it, I wouldn't say it's demos or anything unlistenable. It's completely listenable. But there is, a couple skips here and there, like if it was playing on a CD, it seems like live recordings, not like fully mastered. So from what I've heard, the vocals seem pretty, separate, like they're unmixed. Excuse me, a little loud, but it is still listenable. So if you are really craving some more music from these guys, because trust me, it is good, you might want to give that a listen. Again, from little tiny bits I've heard, it seems like with every album they're changing their sound just a little bit, get inspirations from different things, and but still staying, their core is still there. Just how like with Pearl Jam, I guess you have like you have you have 10 and Versus and Vitology, they're all a little different, but they're all kind of the same thing. That being said, that is on YouTube from what I've seen. If you guys want to check that out, if you're craving content from them a lot, because like I said, they do make good stuff. On top of that, on their social media, I believe their Instagram, they are trying to make new music. I do not know if if that's fully completed and mastering this album, The Farm, or if it's another album. But any music from them, I would graciously accept, because they are really good. And it's been, I think, more than 20 years since this song this album, and about 20 years even since The Farm, because this was I think 2002 or 2005, and The Farm was 2017, so 15ish years ish, almost 20. So it's been a long time. So I am very excited for what they do next. This is one of the few bands that I will follow closely because I like them that much. I suggest you as well. And that's gonna be it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, leave a like. If you want to comment, feel free. I am also working on my own music, and if all goes well, I will have an album by the end of this year. I hope. We'll see. I am kind of bouncing back and forth on the name of it, so I'll just leave a link to the channel in the description of this video. It's probably going to change names, as in it will. I just don't know what name yet, but right now it's Greenhouse Flower. It was Greenhouse Flowers, and I'm just going to change it to something different entirely. That being said, self-promotion over. Have a good night.